Hey guys, it's Ani. Happy Friday. I have very good news for you. Um, Honestly, even this last week, so many of you have been talking about money. My clients have sharing success stories, and a lot of you have seen so much progress and movement from my SP and self concept EFT that now you have access to money EFT. So tapping for money, I have the course. It's out now. Links are going to be in the description box down below. If you need help accessing it, just either comment down below or email us, you guys, to grab that new course, the EFT for money and abundance. Tapping is freaking amazing, you guys. Like the success stories I hear about tapping from my clients on a daily basis, how um they first were kind of hesitant to do it, and then the more they got consistent with it, the more and more evidence they started to see. So it's crazy. Like, I'm actually going to talk about a money success story later in the video, so stay tuned if you want to just manifest more money and abundance and luxuries and all that. But in the beginning of the video, I want to talk about a little bit of like SP stuff. Like, I always want to include a bunch of different stuff in my videos, and it's so funny. I always say, like, I'm gonna get my hair nice and blow dried. I'm gonna hop in the shower, blow dry my hair, and then make the video. But honestly, in the time of me being in the shower and getting all these like crazy downloads to share with you, like, I don't even want to like do my hair. Like, I just want to share it. And then like that can wait. Like, literally, if you're an OG viewer, like, like this happens to me a lot. But I don't know, I just felt too hyped up to share stuff with you guys. So I did that. That's not a priority. This is. Um but yeah, so we will get into money and abundance later in the video. If you want access to my money and abundance EFT tapping, so I have two money courses. The first one is master manifest money and abundance now, Ani's money and abundance now course. This one is the EFT tapping for money and abundance. So just ask away in the comments or email us and we will help you with that. EFT is like amazing. EFT is literally like, you don't feel that something's happening in that moment. Some people do actually, but a lot of people feel like they're just doing something, right? And then later on, like the things that play out or the way you think about a certain thing changes. It's like you release a lot of blocks and then you reinforce actually who you want to be and how you want to show up for that particular topic. And it shows up for you, which is crazy. I love it. It doesn't really feel like effort. Like, it doesn't really feel like you're putting in effort, but consistency with everything is key. Okay, let's talk about manifesting a person or recreating a person first a little bit, and then I want to talk about money, the success. I will read my client's success story finally. Okay, you guys. So I've been getting like different questions here and there. A question I get a lot about manifesting a person, a loved one, a relationship, marriage, whatever it is do you have to always think about the person in order for them to think about you? Do you always have to like focus and pinpoint on the person throughout the day in order to get results? The answer to that is absolutely not. And think about this when you've manifested other things. Like, were you pinpointed on that topic all day, every day to get it? Most likely, no, you were not. I know you weren't. Like, I just know. So, absolutely not. You don't have to obsess over the topic 24/7 in order to see movement. Now, you've probably been taught otherwise in this community, like everyone teaches like from what they know, but that is not the case. And if you just look back and do some reverse engineering on your experiences and manifestations, you'll see that that is not the case. So, what happens and what do you need to do in order to get like some type of movement or see results in 3D? So, the formula to this is kind of like, you do feed your mind the possibilities of what you want. You do feed your mind a little bit of living in the end. That is okay. If you can't, that is also okay. But you introduce the idea to your mind, you dwell in it, not 24/7, but it will be delightful. It will be nice to dwell in it. If it feels good, to dwell in it often. If you can't, again, that's completely okay. Your brain's not stupid. It's not dumb. Like, it remembers what you feed it. Okay? You dwell in it, but then you have to have the right balance of not obsessing over it, because there is a fine line when it comes to what you're putting out and what you're receiving back in. So everything's a reflection, right? Everyone is you pushed out. You've heard this. You know this. You've heard this so many times. And if you haven't, everyone is you pushed out means people are like a mirror. They are reflecting back onto you what you're focused on, what your assumptions are of you, and what your assumptions are of them. They're constantly mirroring back to you. So you need you need a good balance of dwelling, living in the end, knowing it's possible. If you can't dwell, at least know it's possible. Think about, like, how wonderful would it be, right? And then have that balance of then not contradicting and obsessing over it. I talked about this in last Friday's video as well. You don't want to show up obsessive, because your obsession and you beating like you're beating a dead horse, like you're choking it to death, that causes the reflection of what you're going to see to be more lack. It's everything is like waves and frequency. So either you're going to push out more lack, or you're going to push out more neutral and abundant things. Okay? So you really want to be careful of that. That is like the balance, and that is the priority you need to be focused on. Is I focus on what I want. I do feed my mind a little bit of it as much as I can. If it feels triggering and if it feels uncomfortable, then there's some deeper self-concept work there. There's also self-sabotage present. I posted a short recently about how self-sabotage is a real thing. Like, your brain will try to keep you safe even if the safety is uncomfortable. So self-sabotage looks like I want to react. Self-sabotage looks like I want to be in my ego. I want to get pissed off. I want to reach out to the person, cuss them out, or I want to fight, or I want to say what's on my mind, or this or that, or this or that. Like, it just feels uncomfortable. And you want to be careful, because you don't want that to be your comfort. You don't want discomfort to be your comfort. So watch out for these things. As I'm saying it, write it down, because these are, like, honestly basic, like, things that you need to know in order to not do them. Okay? So let's say you're revising a situation, or circumstances are so that you feel doomed and you feel like there's no coming back from it. Okay? You also need to understand that as you are observing the situation, you are in a new reality. Like, you are literally in an observer's position. You are acting as observer. And when you act as observer and you look back or remember the situation, you no longer are a part of the situation. You are in a creator mode, remembering and looking back, and either you're feeding your mind lack and you're assuming things, you're attaching meanings in that moment as observer. And you need to watch yourself in that moment too, because as you're remembering what happened, or you want to revise, or you're flashing back to the bad stuff, right? That moment right there is like, you're a sponge. Your brain is a sponge. And it's literally like, what assumptions are you making right now as you're remembering back to what happened, as you're looking back to the texts of he said, she said, she said, like, like, and you're looking back, you're remembering, you're figuring out, how can I make this better? What can I do to make this better? The more you're in that, your brain is literally like a sponge taking it all in. And it's watching what meanings are we giving it, because we're going to give it meanings. And the more meanings we give it, we're going to push more of that out to match the meanings we're giving it. Does this make sense, you guys? If this makes sense, comment down below. And this happens, you guys, when a lot of you are dwelling on what's happened. Like I've been there, my clients, like, and you feel like a failure. You feel like a failure. You're looking back on how things played out, what was said, what was done, and you can't help but fall for your reactor mode, fall for that voice in your head that says, look, you didn't get what you want. It didn't play out in your way, right? And you're falling for it. And your self-sabotage is kicking in. And you're like, oh my God, like, like maybe I'm not good at this. Maybe I'm not a creator. Maybe I'm not a manifester. But we need to use, if you take anything from this video, take this. We need to use those moments as opportunities to change. Those moments are presented to you as opportunities to change the outcome going forward. You are not used to that being an opportunity for you. You are used to that being another opportunity for you to look at this from lack. Okay? You need to use that moment as an opportunity to look at this on, what do I need to double down on? Is it my self-concept that's being triggered? Is it I just keep viewing this person in the same way and I can't get my perspective to change on them? Do I need like deeper help? Do I need to figure out my blocks? Like, what is it, right? You need to self-reflect in those moments of you trying to backtrack and fix the situation, revise the person. Though all these moments are moments for you to literally, what do I need to double down on? Let's look at this from a more, I want you to look at it from like, pretend you're like an architect and you're viewing an issue that popped up on what you're building, like the building you're building or the empire you're building, right? Or the life you're building. Let's just say that, the life you're building. And you see a circumstance in the blueprint and you're observing it, right? An architect will literally use that as, okay, I need to figure out a way through this. What can we do to configure this and make it work, right? In your case, you are an architect of your reality. You are a creator of your universe, of your reality. You are it. And you need to use that opportunity when you're trying to recreate, when you're trying to fix the problem, when you're trying not to react. We are using that as, how do we configure ourselves through this? It's like a labyrinth. What are we doing? Okay. Some questions you can ask yourself. A lot of people ask me how. I'm literally telling you, you guys, I don't want to, like, I literally, sometimes I'll say what you need to do in a video, and then sometimes I'll see people like, okay, so what do we do? Either you're not watching the video fully, or you're not paying attention, you know, or you're watching Bridgerton, like on the other end of the house, and I'm just playing in the background, which, please don't do that to me. Let's prioritize me right now, and then we're going to prioritize Bridgerton. Okay. By the way, who's into it, comment down below. Someone just manifested me saying this, or you guys are probably thinking about it, because I never talk about it in the video. But anyway, I challenge you, this Friday's challenge, and all my challenges are different every Friday. So I challenge you this Friday, the moment you want to react with the same helpless reaction or behavior, or you just want to feel like a failure, you are not going to look at it from a reactor's point of view. You are not going to look at that moment as an opportunity to react in the same way. You are going to use that opportunity as, I'm an architect of my life right now, and something just popped up on my blueprint that we need to fix. What do I need to double down on? And you will know what you need to double down on. I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. You will know what you need to double down on, because this is probably not the first time you've thought about this. You probably have been inconsistent. You haven't been persisting in what you know you need to persist. I'm calling y'all out. I'm literally calling you guys out because I've been there. So take this as that sign. Double down on your shit. Stop making excuses. Because guess what? You don't want to be in the same position a year from now. And you need to do what you need to do now. And you need to start reacting differently. And you need to be assuming differently. And you need to be seeing yourself differently and the other person differently if you want any changes. If you want something different, you got to be different. It is what it is. So understand this, apply this, take up my challenge, and let me get into the money success. If y'all want money, if you guys want to manifest a lot of money, not have to worry about money, not have to worry about how to pay the next bill, and have a bunch of money just laying around for a bunch of rainy days, listen to this. Get you a plan. Get yourself, like, you guys, I speak multiple languages, and sometimes I'm thinking in a different language and I'm trying to translate it to English and I forget the English words, which is crazy. But get yourself a routine. Get it down. Use this weekend to plan. If you cannot plan a routine, or you feel like you're doing it wrong, or you don't feel comfortable doing it on your own, my courses are there to help. The brand new EFT course for money is out now. You got this. You can do this. All right, you guys, I'm going to read her success story. And this is going to be your birds before land, whoever's watching, whoever's trying to manifest more money along with their SP or whatever. This is for you. She writes, "Dear Anya, I'm so excited to be writing this success story to you. I have been watching you since 2020, and I finally decided to get your Money in Abundance course. I have watched this course over and over again, and it's been helping me to release blocks. Every time I listened to your course while working out, doing my crafts or my makeup, I would release more resistance each time. More and more would resonate with me." I love that. I love that. Like, it's like, you guys don't just think you got to do it once and then it's gonna, like, once and for all. Like, our brains need repetition. That's a real thing. Ani, you are a master manifester at money, and I so want to be at that level too. But first, get your drinks, get your snacks. Oh my God, I forgot to say that in today's video. Good one. Okay, she says, so my situation is quite crazy. Before I started applying Create Your Future in my life, I would listen for positivity and inspiration. I was educating myself, but I wasn't applying the law of assumption or using any methods or techniques. I was in a slump. My relationships were crumbling. I was bullied at my job, and they weren't paying me my full qualifications. And all of a sudden, I was no longer employed. It was a job that I hated, and I was not treated well, not chosen, and bullied. So fast forward to me buying Ani's course. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and my business wasn't thriving. Okay, so I guess she attempted a business after being let go from the job. This is what I'm getting. I hope I'm right. If not, let's just keep going. I listened to Ani's course intently with my journal for the written work and applied the homework diligently. I continued to watch coaches on Create Your Future daily. I do Ani's Money in Abundance affirmations daily throughout the day. I would imagine money being counted and handed to me at the casino. I imagined the winning noises on lottery machines. I started practicing being in the state of a jackpot winner, I would imagine what it would feel like to be debt-free while saying the affirmation, I love how I am debt-free and how all of my bills are paid in full. I used to do a lot more than this, but I practiced dialing down the techniques and focusing on what resonated with me and what helped me to live in the state of my desire. Perfect. I love this for you. You guys, like, I love, like, after you get a hang of it, like, totally customize for you, like, make it normal, make it natural for you. Like, after, like, doing the homework or whatever methods you're doing, customize it for you. Like, make it comfortable and normal for you. Like, don't make it like a chore if it feels like a chore. I started practicing being in the state of being debt free. I also always remembered to be in the mindset of being open to receive unexpected income. One of my affirmations is I have always been the woman who manifests an abundant amount of money from unexpected sources. Good. Ani, long story short, I had a series of unfortunate events that led me to pay off a huge chunk. The position I lost ended up paying me exactly what I assumed my manifestations for the situation, $25,000. Okay, so I'm guessing she wanted to say she had a series of unfortunate events, so she lost money, and then the position that actually, her job that actually let her go, I guess something happened in between where they had to pay her $25,000 for the trouble. Maybe it was a lawsuit or something. I don't know. She didn't say, but I think that's what she's trying to say. And then she says, on top of this $25,000, I receive so much through my business. I am always sold out. Opportunities are coming at me left and right for my artwork. Very cool. I'm so into art. Like, I love this. I receive so much recognition. People love to wear my art, and my affirmations are always being affirmed through my art business as well. I received many requests for orders. My following is growing. I've received many manifestations from the money and abundance affirmations from Ani's course. Even though all my visualizations were of the casino and lottery, I received an unexpected $25,000 from another route. This is a huge boost in my manifestation journey. I am manifesting my chosen life and it's coming to fruition. I am still releasing resistance to win at the casino, and I know that it is coming. That it is here because creation is finished. LOL. I also bought Master Your Mind and Manifest Your SP course and then tapping for SP. I know I will be success stories for those courses as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ani, for your courses. They rock, they work, and thank you, Create Your Future. Girl, thank you for investing in yourself, and thank you for sending in that success story, for sharing it with people that this may be their sign, that they can do it too. And girl, I just want to say, if you're watching this, I want to say, and I want to say this for everyone else watching too. You know how she manifested $25,000 from an unexpected source, one that she didn't believe? I want you to be open to that. I want you to be open to manifesting things from unexpected places, not just from one place. Like, a lot of people a lot of people are focused on just through their work. And they're thinking that, like, well, I don't have any other route. Like, where is it going to come from? Well, she didn't know that it was going to come from a job that let her go. You see, that, like, doesn't even make sense. But, like, the least resistant way for her, or for the universe to make it happen, was through that route. Now, she was trying to manifest it through lottery and jackpot. She will get that too. A lot of the times, the least resistant things happen first, which is normal. But understand that the more you persist, the more this abundance will flow. There's no, like, it's not set in stone that it has to be through that one way and only way. It will come from multiple ways when it's active within and you keep persisting for that abundance. And then it becomes a lifestyle. And being rich and wealthy and having enough money to spend on whatever the hell you want becomes so natural for you. Like, you forget everything else before that, because you become that person. You are now in that parallel reality where you are that person and you don't even have to try hard. So take this success story as your sign. Take everything I mentioned about SP as your sign as well prior to this success story. I am so proud of you, girl, for this. There's more and more where that came from. I can't wait to read your successes from the other courses that you're working on. And I intend all of you are healthy. I intend all of you are wealthy. I intend all of you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Until I see you again next Friday. Again, if you are interested in the courses, the links are going to be in the description boxes down below. I love you. I will see you.